Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Please do like and subscribe. It's down there, folks. Yeah. Anyway, good news, folks. My book is today published in paperback. And you can see a link down below, down there. Yeah, just click on that. It'll take you straight to Amazon. And you can get it on Kindle or you can get it in paperback. HMP Manchester Prison Officer Part 3. Anyway, it's there now. It's published. So thank you to my publisher, Sean Atwood, and his company, Gadfly Press. I'm going to talk today about the discipline practices at HMP Strangeways, as it was, as it now is, HMP Manchester. Well, it was the problem is people have been watching that documentary from 1979. Well, it was filmed in 1979, screened in 1980. But the action was filmed in 1979, and it shows a series. One of the series is called The Allegation. Yeah, the problem is that people have been asking me, what happens if the inmates are telling the truth? Well, the thing is, at Strangeways in the 1970s and 1980s, the truth was what the prison officers told to the governor or to the board of visitors. That's like a magistrate's court, and that was the truth. And didn't matter what the inmates said, it was interpreted what the officers said was actually taken as the gospel, the truth. Now, I've seen numerous inmates go up there and say, well, it wasn't me. I definitely didn't do that. Waste of time. If you've got a prison officer up there saying that you did it, then that was the end of the story. You did it. And the presiding governor was Norman Brown. So anybody who has any experience of appearing before Norman Brown will know that denying your misdemeanors to Norman was a pointless operation. You're not going to get anywhere with that. And of course the sentence could very well be that you get 14 days added to your sentence or loss of remission. So you can get loss of remission, so you do an extra 14 days in jail for something and nothing, really. I mean, I saw people get extra 14 days or extra 7 days for doing something as simple as refusing a direct instruction from a prison officer. Like, go get back in your cell, it's time for lock up. No, I'm not going back in myself. Piss off. Straight down the block, into the cells. Next day appearing before Norman. 7 days loss of remission. 7 days non-associated labour. Now, non-associated labour was in actual fact what you were awarded by the governor, but it saw you locked up down the block. And down the block, they were operating what's known as the silent system. That's what they did. The staff didn't speak to the inmates. No, they might give them orders, but they wouldn't converse with them. So if you said, so somebody opened the cell, what time is it, boss? Stone cold silence. Also, they had a system down the block where you weren't allowed to walk on the white tiles. They had white tiles down there. You could only walk on the black tiles, So they'd invented this. And when the staff gave you instructions that you would walk only on a certain part and you declined to accept those instructions, then you'd be meeting Norman Brown the next day and things would only get worse. Yeah, and the problem that a lot of people found in the block was that they were meeting somebody called the school bully, whose other name was Bootsy. Now, listen, I was a prison officer. I liked the guy. He was straightforward, no messing about. If you did what he told you, then you'd be all right. But the problem was that a lot of people there, they were coming into prison never having experienced direct authoritarian instructions, no experience of military life, no experience of how to handle a direct order, and they were coming unstuck, because when you were told what to do down the block, if you didn't do it, then you were going to have an unfortunate encounter, shall we say. Now, they called Bootsy not because he kicked people. No, I never saw him do anything like that. I really didn't. I mean, it's people say, oh, well, you deliberately didn't see it. But believe me, if I saw anything untoward like that, I did something about it to the best of my ability. I did. But I never saw Bootsy do anything like that. They called him Bootsy because he wore ammunition boots. That's ex-military boots. And they had studs on the bottom. And the reason that they had studs on the bottom of the sole, was so that when they were handling ammunition in the military and the ground was wet, you didn't slip. The actual studs gripped the soil, so you didn't slip. That's why they call them ammunition boots. And if you wonder what Bootsy looks like, what the school bully looks like, in Series 3 of the Strangeways documentary, which you can see on this channel here, my channel, you have a look through it, yeah? You'll see Series 3, and Bootsy is in there, and he's discussing the left-wing politicians who supposedly have the whip hand in society, which, to a certain extent, they didn't, because at the time, I think it was Margaret Thatcher, who was a right-wing maniac, in my opinion, set out to destroy the trade union movement, smashed the coal miners' union, and we ended up with all the pits closed, importing coal from Czechoslovakia and Poland. I mean, how sensible is that? But that was Margaret Thatcher. I'm not a big fan of Margaret Thatcher. You probably gathered that. So anyway, the disciplinary proceedings at Strangeways are depicted in the series on the Strangeways by the BBC, and the programme that the series number is it's called The Allegation. You can get it on YouTube. I believe it's there quite easily. Yeah, you can see that. The director was Rex Bloomstein, who is very aware of what happens in the prison systems. He's made numerous documentaries about jails, and he made that one about Strangeways. So there you have it. That's my little take on the disciplinary system at Strangeways. The inmates were wrong and the staff were right. Full stop. Don't forget to get my book. The link is down there, folks. Brand new, out today, just published today in paperback. It's HMP Manchester Prison Officer Part 3. I'm now going to read you a poem about, it's called A Requiem. Yeah. Is that so? Yeah. Yeah, William Shakespeare. From Cymbeline, yeah. His play, Cymbeline. This is a requiem. I'm just going to get my glasses right here, yeah? Are we ready? Fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter's rages. Thou thy worldly task hast done, home art gone, and taken thy wages. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers, come to dust. Fear no more the frown of the great. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Care no more to clothe and eat. To thee the reed is as the oak. The sceptre, learning, physic must. All follow this and come to dust. Fear no more the lightning flash, nor the all-dreaded thunderstone. Fear not slander, censure, rash. Thou hast finished joy and moan. All lovers young, all lovers must consigned to thee, and come to dust. A Requiem by William Shakespeare. Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Thank you very much for watching. Do please like and subscribe.